Retro's here, and it is Throwback Friday Retro Revisits to the original Frogger. One of my absolute favorite games. So I guess the challenge for tonight is to see how many levels I can get to before utterly squozing. And I gotta tell you a story. For whatever reason, when I was a little kid, to me, whenever Frogger would crunch and die on the road or in the water or whatever, that little crunchy sound, for whatever reason, it sounded to me, oh, jeez, like he was saying, "Cubbit, cubbit." I don't know why, but yeah. So I don't know if it sounds like crunch there. Oh, that's the end of the game. Okay, which button is it that starts it over? It's one of the buttons over here on the left. I just haven't figured out which one. Okay, it's the space bar. Okay, I got it now. Alright, well, I'm super excited. I know I'm a little behind here, guys. I was supposed to start right at 8, and I didn't start until about 10 after. So I apologize for that, but I'm hoping you guys will trickle in. And I don't know, maybe if we get tired of Frogger tonight, we can play something else. But for right now, Frogger it is, and I am so excited. Yeah, I'm so particular about the right version because, you know, it's got to be the right thing to bring back that nostalgia for me. So this is the one, the original Atari 3600. This is the one we had, and of course we played Pac-Man and everything else on here. So I have played Pac-Man with you guys a few times. Whoops. And it just took me so long to find the right one, and right now tonight I was so determined to find it. So it took me a few extra minutes to to get in here and do it. But all right. I hope you guys pop in and can see what's going on. And for some reason my Twitch, whatever you call it, dashboard thingy isn't working, so I can't see great when you guys pop in, but hopefully that'll change. I can see something, so it's saying it's not, whoops, not online when it is. Okay, guys, I'm going to get really good at this game tonight. Just because I haven't played it since I was 4 or 5, you know. It's all good. It's all good. A little pixelated, just the sounds, and oh my goodness, good times. We, when I was very small, like 5, when we were 5, we moved from we lived in a double-wide trailer in the middle of a trailer park named Walls Woods, because the guy that owned it was, his last name was Walls. No idea what his first name was. I was a little kid, so I didn't pay attention to stuff like that. But, yeah, we moved from there into a little ranch house in a tiny little town, another tiny little town, actually. Both of the houses that I lived in were teeny tiny. Well, what am I going to do, guys? Game. There was oh, I ran out of time. There was a stupid alligator in the spot where I wanted to put the frog. Well, anyway, we moved into a little ranch house. And in the ranch house, there was a partly finished basement. And we set up the TV downstairs in the basement, the finished side. And I'm not even sure, honestly, if it was a color TV. I think that it may have been I'm trying, black and white TV. Whoops. But we set up our Atari down there, and we would play these games. We would play Frogger and Pac-Man and just in general, have a great time. Yeah, good time, man. I mean, again, I was 5 years old, and that was quite some time ago, but the memories. And I'm hoping, whoops, Covet. That's what I'm hoping will come back for you guys when you see this and hear this. But anyway, I'd love to see you guys and chat with you. I know some of my regular people, like Martin, I believe, is not able to be here tonight. He has a prior engagement, which is, it's okay. I'm not going to be upset with people that can't be here because life happens. But hopefully some others of you will come in. Love to see you. Love to reminisce with you. Talk to me about your week, guys. Talk to me. I actually had a very productive week. I got quite a bit done on my book that I'm working on. I got some house cleaning stuff done. I got some streaming done. Lots of streaming done, actually. If you've been watching at all on my YouTube channel, I'm currently working on a Pokemon Nuzlocke there that is... Hold on. Yes. That is Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke. And I got quite a bit done on that particular stream this week, which made me happy. Now here on Twitch, I started a Pokemon Blue Sapphire Nuzlocke, which is also fun, and I'll be doing that again. But yeah, I got a lot done on my other one, the Soul Silver Nuzlocke. If you'd like to go check that out on my YouTube account, you're welcome to. It is just under the same name, Retros YT. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. Just in general, I got a lot done. And finally get my sleeping schedule back in line. Covet! I don't know, guys. Does that sound remotely like a covet to you? I don't know why it does to me. Kind of in retrospect, as I'm playing as an adult instead of a little kid, it doesn't sound so much like covet as it does crunch. I don't know where covet came from, but generally now, if there's a frog in a video game I play, there's a pretty good likelihood that I'm going to name it Covet because of this game. Again, I have no idea why that's what it sounded like to me, but, I was a strange child. Super creative child, and sometimes creative ones are a little strange, but very special. And not special like in a bad way, but special in a good way. I was a good kid, for the most part. Now when I was in high school, of course, there we go. I became an extremely rebellious kid. But, yeah, you guys are seeing this, okay. Gotta get good at this, guys, before the night's out. Oh, that was close. There's my lady. Gotta go to the top with the lady. Kind of surprised none of you are here yet, but I guess, like I said, some of my regular people are not, Covet. Gonna be on tonight. So, hopefully some of the rest of you will come, or if you're a newbie, love to have you. We are just hanging out tonight, playing our retro game, having a good time. I also got some of my Sims playthrough stuff done. I finished the first stream, the Sims 4 Collections Challenge that I was doing on YouTube, and I started the next Sims 4 stream for there from YouTube, and it is the second generation of the family that I had been playing. So that's fun. Whoops. Getting a little too extra hoppy here, trying to get up to my lady. Getting crunched. There you are. this, guys. There's snakes on my road. But I'm doing great. Yeah, I just, yeah. I have so much fun with these. Remembering back to being a kid, you know. Playing with my brothers and sisters. Now, when you get up to the top and you go to put your frog in the actual slot, you have to be dead on, because if you're not, you're gonna get crunched. So you got to be careful and be exactly in the middle of that hole, or you're in trouble. Yeah, not a lot of room for error. Whoops. In these games, they're so simple, but so addictive. Simple in concept, you know, and in graphics, but when it comes to playing them and doing well at them, they're very tricky. So, where's my lady? There she is. Yes. My lady and I, or maybe I should say, my boy and I, because I'm a girl frog. Oh. Oh! If I had stayed there, I would have been okay. Alright, next game. Alright. Here's my lady. She comes by every once in a while. And obviously, as you pass boards and stuff, everything starts moving faster. New obstacles start arriving, like the snakes you saw last time I played. You know, and the lily pads. The white ones, or pink, blue one, or light blue ones, whatever you see there, those ones disappear on you, so you got to be careful. The brown ones generally are safe to sit on. But the blue ones disappear. See, I'm doing good already. And some of the later levels, whoops, see, you got to be right on those things. Some of the later levels, you'll have ones that look brown, but they change to white and back and forth, so you're never entirely sure when they're going to change and disappear. So that's a real problem. It can be a real problem anyway. Oh! See, I should have had that, but because they're so specific. Crunch. Have you guys ever actually seen this in real life? You know, I was so little when these came out that I never really thought, of applying it to real life. But have you ever seen, like, when it's raining, frogs get in the middle of the road, and with the threat of cars coming to run them over? I actually have one time, before my son and I moved to live where we are right now, we lived, of course, in a very small little town. And there was a little stream or creek very close to where we lived. And the bullfrogs, man, they were so loud. And, you know, I always thought of bullfrogs when they're singing and singing pretty as kind of little tiny frog things that hung out and just sang with all their might. But no, these guys, my son and I, oh boy, we went out one time out onto the little street back in the country road, and we literally saw a frog. He was as big as a dinner plate, and he had gotten on the road somehow, I guess when it was raining, and he'd gotten hit by a car. And, well, I felt so bad for the poor little frog at the time. It was such a covet moment. I didn't plan that either. But it was such a covet moment, you know, that it was kind of funny. Whoops, covet. Yeah, it was great. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you guys can soon. There looks like there's some kind of spam bot in my chat right now. to Joshua, whatever the heck that is, some kind of spam bot. And that's my company right now, so hopefully more of you guys are going to come in soon. I guess there's spam with everything nowadays. It's crazy. Marketers just keep getting more aggressive and more aggressive. They'll do anything. Now, there's no excuse here. Oh, I should not be dying on the first board. This part's easy. I just get so excited about going after my lady. Yes, woman. Or no, I shouldn't say woman. That doesn't sound very nice to begin with, but I'm playing a girl frog, so yes, man. Oh, yes, my prince, my frog prince. There she is. He is. Yeah. It's just simple little graphics, you know. You almost wouldn't know it was a frog. Unless you got the packaging. But, yeah, man. I mean, these are the funnest games. Here we go. I like how, too, in this version, they kind of let you hang off the edge of the log. And you can go through. You can go through the side. That's another thing that changes when you start getting to higher levels. At the top there, in the creek, when you're sitting on the logs and stuff, and the lily pads, eventually it's not going to let you go to the sides at all. You'll covet if you try to go through the sides. So you really got to be careful there. And of course everything is moving lightning fast as well when it gets to that kind of level. So yeah, it gets really tricky later. But so far, I haven't gotten that far along yet. I'm just too excited. I need to relax. Doop-a-doop. Stupid alligators getting in my spots. Obviously, if you jump into the slot when there's an alligator head in it, you die because he eats you. Look at my cute little frogger faces up the top of the slots. How I know which ones I've gotten and which I haven't. You're so cute. 2 on the right. Okay. I'm doing good. This is level 2, I think. Come to me, my prince. Here we go. One more. And then I believe we're going to be on level 3. Which is the one with the snakes in the middle, I think. Ah! Okay, I totally should have had that. You guys saw. I was there. And because I wasn't right on, they killed me. There we go. Did you see that lily pad that I was sitting on was a solid brown, and then it all of a sudden changed to blue and disappeared on me? Oh, Cubbit. Oh, I think this is my last frog. I really got to be careful. And just like the other arcade games at the time, you got so many points and you gained an extra life. Whee! Okay. I guess Frogger isn't a popular game anymore, the original Frogger. I know Punch-Out got some people in here pretty quick. Well, this was our favorite anyway. We were little kids, man. I just remember the excitement of getting a new video game, you know? Especially at that time because, excuse me, that was when video games in your home was brand new. Most of it was in, arcades. So, having it in your home was like the most exciting thing ever. I remember that childlike excitement. And like on Christmas morning, there was that too. You know? My mom was a single mom. And she did a really good job. She did. I can't even imagine the stress. I was a single mom too, so I guess I can imagine a little bit. But I only had one kid. you know, my mom had 3. But Christmas was always special, you know. We got gifts that we liked. We had an Atari. We got some other video game systems that we got to play with. You know, she made sure that we had what we needed and a lot of what we wanted. You know, she did a good job. My mom, she did a good job. I mean, there are things that, you know, she could have done better on, but whatever. Every parent makes mistakes. Yay. Okay, one more. Oh boy. Gonna get exponentially harder. There's mistakes. Hey guys, do you know, if any of you come in here in the next few minutes, do you know how to get rid of this bot? This spam bot to Joshua3304? Because it's just sitting there. And I'm not going to click on it. Clearly, it's not. Oh. It's not really going to help me. You know what? I'm in the mood to. Not that I'm crazy excited about this game. Kind of in a mood, though. I've been in the mood today to find some old games, like for the Atari or Nintendo, original NES, and that had a story with them, and play those. I actually was very close to playing an original NES game that probably a lot of you haven't seen, or if you did see it, you didn't like it because you didn't understand how to play it. But it was an old game called it was a Friday the 13th game for the NES. Now I know most of the time when you've got the game version of a movie or something, typically they're terrible. But this one, and a lot of people I've heard say that it was like one of the worst games the original NES ever came out with. But I think maybe I've seen some other streamers play it, and I think they're right when they pontificate that the reason people didn't like the game was because they couldn't figure out how to play it. But once you figure out how to play it, the original Friday the 13th game was really fun. So I know how to play it, and I was actually very tempted to play it tonight. But then I managed to find this awesome, perfect old, club it, Frogger game. So I started out with this. So maybe I'll switch. I believe they're both on the same emulator. So in a little bit, guys, maybe we'll switch over and play the Friday the 13th game. Oh, it was too soon. I have no excuses right now for dying. It's easy. Level 1. I shouldn't be losing any frogs. There we go. Yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous day here today. It was in the low 70s. The sun was out. There's this beautiful breeze going. And in the afternoon, when we were riding home from work, apparently it's prom night here in some places. And up at some of the real nice buildings in town, there were girls and guys in their prom gowns and stuff, taking pictures. Oh boy. And then there's a lot of traffic. People are just out because it's so gorgeous and they're tired of being cooped up. Now, I know exactly why we're cooped up, and I agree that we need to be cautious still. But yeah, it was a really nice night, and I like seeing the kids. Whoopsie, the kids in their nice gowns, and yeah, we have our windows open, of course, and let the breeze blow through. But it was just a beautiful day to be out. I love springtime. I do. Spring and fall are my favorites. I can't take the crazy heat in the summer, so I'm not looking forward to when that comes. But I really do love the spring and the fall. Fall is actually my favorite. If I have to rank them, it would be fall, spring, probably winter, and summer. I really don't like summer. It's just too hot, and I can't take the heat like I used to. So, whoops. I do like winter better than summer. Probably you guys think I'm nuts, but nope. Ah! like that. I feel like I can't breathe when it's terribly hot. So, nope. I will take winter over summer, but I will take fall over winter and fall over spring. Yeah. Anyway, just because you guys, I knew you needed to know the order of my preferences for the seasons. Yeah, I'm having a great time playing this, but I have a feeling I am going to get bored here soon, so we might switch over and do Friday the 13th. But right now, we'll keep playing our Cubby Frogger game. Yeah, this was one. Oops. These real basic original Atari games. These are the ones that my mom would often sit down and play with us. And she was absolutely hysterical when she played video games. She got so upset. She wasn't really good at them. I mean, she'd have to practice for a really long time before she got any good. I mean, she was a single mom with 3 kids, right? So she wouldn't have had time to sit down and practice and play. So she generally wasn't very good at the games. And she would get so upset. Something wrong with this controller, you know. I jumped. My mom was a blast. She really was. And I think partly, whether she ever knew it or not, well, I wasn't streaming when she was still alive, but whether she knew it or not, I think she had a big influence on me eventually wanting to play video games, because they can just be so much fun. And laughter, boy, is laughter healing to the soul. It really is. So, I think that, yeah, because I had so much fun playing with her and my sisters and brothers that it really sort of does feel like a bonding thing with me, and that's why I like to come on and stream and hang out with other people, because it feels like sort of a corporate activity, you know, playing video games. So, thank you for all of you who join me for these evenings and watch later or whatever, make comments. It means a lot to me to have people here to share video games with and reminisce about the days, you know, back in the day, and create new stories and stuff with, because of course we do that too. We play the current games, some of them anyway. Yeah, I think we are going to switch. I think I'm making the executive decision here that as soon as I'm done playing Frogger, we're going to switch over to Friday the 13th. Now, I am not great at that game. I normally don't. I actually, watching survival horror games is probably one of my favorite genres to watch. And I can watch it just fine and enjoy it. But if I'm the one that's actually behind the controls, I am a terrible, terrible wuss. Like, if I'm in charge of having to try to survive, I just know that I'm not a fast thinker. I freeze under pressure and under emergencies. And I just can't do playing the horror games myself. So, now, this, the Friday the 13th NES game is an exception. I do play it, but most of the time when we played this as kids, it was my sister who played because I got too scared. She played and she was pretty good at it. She could maintain her calm for a little bit when I couldn't. So I will play it. I cannot promise you I'm going to be any good at it whatsoever. I know how to play it, but I think it's going to take me a while to get used to it. I mean, and of course the graphics aren't great. It was original NES, but they're good enough with that and the music and stuff that we'll see. But just don't expect me to be playing a lot of other survival horror games, because especially the more sophisticated ones with better graphics and stuff, I can't do it. It's the strangest, weirdest thing. Watch them is fine, can't play them. So, if you do happen to come on tonight to play these, you'll be treated to me playing a horror game. Hopefully, oh boy. Yikes, go around that snake. Hopefully, I'll be able to manage it tonight. We'll see how things go. And again, it's just because it's an older game. We'll see how I go. Okay, guys, I'm doing really good right now. One of the other things, of course, that happens as you play and get onto the higher levels, you run out of time. You have much less time. Whoa, much less time with all these other obstacles. Whoops, to get up to the top of the screen. So you gotta go faster. Whoa, faster with more and more obstacles. I'm really bombing right now. I think that was it. No, I got one more frog. Okay, let's relax. Let's not try to go terribly fast. I can do this. Woo! I made it. Yeah, you really gotta have some, some quick finger work here. There's my prince. I mean, I guess technically speaking, the frog that you're playing is a boy, so I guess it doesn't hurt to say that it's a lady. I mean, it wouldn't hurt either way. You know, if I was a girl going after the girl frog. Whoops. You know what I mean. I'm just saying. I mean, I tend to think of it if I'm playing a girl, it's I'm going after the boy frog just I'm straight, but you know. I'm just saying. Anyway, I think you guys know what I meant. I'm not trying to make a statement about anything. I'm just... I don't know. Okay. Whee! Yeah, when I was a kid, I had a period where... You know how when you're kids, it's like a big deal when you finally get to watch scary movies with your friends. Okay, my sister was 3 years older than me, so I guess if I was 9, she would have been about 12. And I guess 12 is about the age you start really wanting to watch those scary movies just because. My sister had a friend over one time, her age, and of course I was a younger sister, so I always, wanted to be tagging along with her and her friends and doing everything that they did. Well, she was in this horror movie phase, and of course, the horror movies that she happened to be watching at the time was Nightmare on Elm Street. And I begged and begged to be allowed to watch it with her. And so finally, my mom got in and let me watch it. And Nightmare on Elm Street, oh my goodness, guys. If any of you guys grew up in the era I did, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I had nightmares for months, if not years. Because the thing about Nightmare on Elm Street too is that Freddy Krueger comes to get you when you fall asleep. So of course you don't want to go to sleep. And yeah, for months on end, I just was terrified. And then after I finally sort of got over that, I don't know if I ever really got over it, to be honest with you. Then I went through this phase where I guess it's natural for kids to do this. It's a natural coping mechanism that sometimes works. Just conditioning, where I went through and I wanted to watch every horror movie that I could get my hands on. And for whatever reason, my mom was okay with it. I don't know why. Maybe she was just tired because, single mom, 3 kids, it's a lot. But yeah, I did. I went through a period where I watched all the old classic 80s horror movies, 80s and 90s. And, okay, that totally should have counted. So, Friday the 13th, of course. That was, that's the game I want to play here next. I watched all of those, and of course, in the 80s, if you had a movie, you had to have a series. It wasn't enough just to have the first movie. You had to have like 8 sequels. So I watched all of those. The Nightmare on Elm Streets, I think at the time there was only 2 of them that we watched, which was the first one and the third one. And those are still my favorites now. Of course, the first one, the original. Whoops. And then the third one was called The Dream Warriors. And those just had a profound influence on I guess the way I thought about life and being afraid. I watched a lot of TV when I was a kid, and yeah, it affects how you see the world. I tend to have, whoops, unrealistic expectations on things because, you know, I grew up with TV raising me, partly raising me. So, anyway, yeah, it has an effect on things, which is why I'm a writer, I guess. I like to create my own stories. When I was a kid, it wasn't that I wanted to be like Princess Leia. I wanted to be myself in that world. You know, I wanted to be in the Star Wars world as an example. You know, I'm using Star Wars because that was a big one for me. I didn't want to be Leia. I wanted to be me, just as a part of that different world. Alright, one more, guys. I'll switch over. Ironically, of course, when I was, how old was I? 9, I think. It was 89 when The Little Mermaid came out, of course, and she sang her song, part of that world, and singing became a very big part of my world when I was a kid. So, whoopsie. So I love Ariel, of course, and singing and music. Such a big part of my childhood. That was just kind of what I loved to do and what I wanted to do. But I always would make up my own stories, you know. I was always daydreaming. It was always fantasy that I loved. Always the fantastical stories that weren't anything like real life. Because real life was too hard, you know. And I still, for the most part, I write fantasy. Working on a fantasy book stories or series. You know, in my world, in my book writing world, anything that I want to happen can happen. So, yeah. I had a pretty difficult childhood. I know there are others who have worse, but yeah. Anyway, boy, am I waxing philosophical tonight. You guys need to come in here and save me. Don't get too crazy. There we go. Okay. I think everybody's just out enjoying a really nice night. I think that's what's going on. And it is. It's a really pretty night, I must say. So, excuse me. I think, yay. I think we'll just wrap it up here soon after this game is over. Well, not wrap it up completely. And we may try to play a little bit of Friday the 13th game. I'd really like more people to be here for that. Maybe because I am such a wuss when it comes to playing them, it would just be nice to have company. But I'd also like to show you guys how it's to be played, and it actually was a pretty fun game once you figured it out. So hopefully by then some people will be starting to come home and we can chat while I'm playing. Or, I mean, I could save Friday the 13th for another night. And just, you know, end a little early tonight and go watch a scary movie. Or a horror game playthrough. That would be fun too. I don't just like horror. I like all kinds of things. Obviously, I play all kinds of stuff here on my stream. But, definitely one of my favorites. Whoops, Cobbit. Wow, yeah. Frogger's definitely not one of those ones that pulls in a crowd. It's a shame, really. A lot of these retro games that I play, I've been very happy and encouraged to see that a lot of people still like to watch them played and play them. But some of them, you just people don't necessarily flock the aisles, or whatever that phrase is I'm looking for. Flood the aisles, I think is what I was looking for. But yeah, again, it's probably just because it's such a beautiful, beautiful night. And unfortunately, the country is starting to open back up again. I mean, it's fortunate that, I guess, but I personally think it's happening a little bit too quickly. There's still a high number of cases, and I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't want to get on that debate again. That's a really hot button right now, but crunch. Covet. Anyway, I'm very grateful that my son and I have managed to maintain our health. We've been very careful. And, yeah. Done everything we can to, oops, keep healthy. Okay, let's get to this one. To keep healthy and to take care of ourselves, because we can't afford to get sick. Okay, I'm going to try to keep you guys on stream. We're going to go ahead and close out this particular game. If I could, what?
I was talking to Dad.
Oh, if I can successfully do the transition here, I'm going to try and put on the Friday the 13th game, but I'm not sure it's going to work. I might need your help, Brendan. So let's close this one for now. Hang in there, guys. Gonna pull up the other game.